Hey guys, so I just got off a LinkedIn conversation with a guy that was asking about driving more traffic to his website, making some more sales, and that kind of thing. And I was just kind of texting him while I'm out for a hike with the pups here. And there's Finn, there's Biscuit. But one of the things that keeps coming up every time I look at these people's websites is the message that's on it. It really never seems to be speaking to what the customer actually wants to know. Uh, all the time I'm seeing, we do this and that, or we've been in business this many years, or we have this customer service, or whatever. And it never really, very rarely do I ever see a website that actually has the message that makes an initial promise that the customer actually wants, the prospect's really looking for. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is understanding your prospect, understanding what your ideal customer actually wants. And I know you might have heard this before, but it's pretty easy as the business owner to make assumptions and just believe certain things to be true. Like they want to know how great you are, or about your guarantee, or how long you've been in business, or things like that. And that's the kind of stuff that they want to know when they're at the decision-making process, once they've already got to the point where they know you can help them. So I thought it would be a good idea if we go over some questions and research tips so you can understand the market a little bit. So I just got back from that hike, and I figured to jump in and talk about how to really get to know your market and what people really actually want to know from the beginning, like really what your prospect really desires and wants, so that your messaging is correct all the way through. I figured we'd jump into my computer quickly. So I've got this course that I'm building out, A, for training people that work under me, and B, I might end up selling it as a course, who knows. But we'll jump into my computer quickly here, and I'll go over some examples of what I mean, and kind of give you some instructions on how you can actually do this research, and how to really turn it into that customer profile that really gives you the core information you need to make really compelling web pages, emails, landing pages, offers, that kind of thing. So let's jump in here.
Okay, getting to know your audience. This is absolutely critical. So when it comes to making offers that sell, one of the most important factors is really understanding your target customer. It's easy to make assumptions or guesses based on your personal interest or biases, but really, you need to understand the psychology, wants, and needs of your actual audience if you want your offers to attract valuable customers. So in this video, I'm going to go over some really easy and fast ways to actually deep dive into the mind of your ideal customer. And if you spend a few minutes with me here, it may significantly improve your future advertising and marketing results. Now, before I begin, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Eric McDougall, and I help people get more customers for their business using the internet. So I wanted to quickly mention that if you could use some help with growing your business online, you may want to check out onlineadsvictoria.com. My team and I actually offer a service there where we create and run your ads for you. And we have some really affordable rates, which includes doing the appropriate market research for you. Anyway, let's dive in. So, over the years, I've made this same critical mistake of assuming what I wanted in a product or service was what my customers would want. And ultimately, this resulted in attracting the wrong kinds of customers and significantly reducing my response rates. For example, when I was selling website development at my company SoftCorp, I guessed that my ideal customer was a business owner who wanted their very first website, or to replace a website that was getting basically no traffic and not making any sales. I figured I'd be able to revolutionize their business by building a great website that would bring in more customers. After all, I was a web developer who understood the fancy ways to make flashy websites and hook them up to Google. I thought I'd talk about the problems with their website, the new technical ways that would make it better, and basically trying to prove that I'm kind of a smarty pants so they should hire me. But boy, was that the wrong strategy. The problem was, when I was doing this like 10 years ago, I wasn't an expert with copywriting or marketing, so our web development packages came with a supply your own content clause, which is actually kind of typical for the industry. And this was because I figured the business owner would know their customers and offers well enough so they'd be able to create content that would sell their services. It turns out the kinds of people who are just getting started online mostly aren't used to writing compelling copy. And since most of my clients were brick and mortar, they were relying on people walking into their business or finding them in a directory and already knowing what they wanted, and then just asking for that while they're there. But there's a huge difference between trying to convince someone who already knows what they want and they've come into the store looking for it, and convincing someone browsing around on the internet either looking for a solution to their problem or not even aware of the problem at all. And trying to get those people to actually stop searching and make a phone call or come into your store or buy online is a whole different ballgame. Now, after a few years, I had actually created a few products of my own and had to really learn marketing for my own sake. So when I was studying marketing for a few years, I started to reflect back on what's going on with SoftCorp and the clients we had. And I realized that the customers I had that were really the most happy, the ones that were getting the most results, were the ones who actually understood their customer's situation, desires, questions, concerns, and needs, and crafted content that spoke directly to them. And this was only like 10% of the 100+ clients I built websites for at this point. So I did eventually figure out what I needed to do. And there was really 3 major options. 1, I could attract clients who had websites that already made sales and apply more advanced techniques to drive more people to their websites and improve the number of people who turned into customers using various marketing techniques and systems, and enhance the functionality with my web development skills. Another option was to offer combined web development and marketing services, where I take the client through the training and offer development process that allows us to create high-quality websites, offers, and sales copies so they could start out online with a high-performance website. And then lastly, I could also offer a service to produce and run ads for the right clients, doing the research and copywriting in-house and creating appropriate sales or lead capture pages independent of their website. And after a few years, I actually built up the ability to offer all 3. But if it wasn't for that shift in thinking, understanding the mindset of the right target customer and what it would take to make them successful, I would have continued to struggle to sell websites and keep happy clients. Now clients come to me to get guidance, strategies, and help promoting their products and services online. Really, they just want to make more sales and spend less time and money trying to figure out how to do it themselves. Even though they already have sales and have built an online presence, they know they could be getting better results and spending less of their own time on their marketing. They tell me the amount of information, tools, and conflicting advice out there is just too overwhelming. And most of the things they try just don't wind up working. I'm also told how frustrated new prospects are. They're overwhelmed, they're confused, kind of stuck between doing things they know how to do but aren't really effective, and banging their heads against the wall trying to test expert strategies they don't really feel confident implementing on their own. And I get it. See, the thing is, half the experts out there have conflicting information, and most have forgotten what it's like to run promotions without celebrity status. So this is why I created OnlineAdsVictoria.com, to just take away all the confusion and pain and cut straight to delivering results. Okay, so enough about me. Let's dive into how you can actually research your market and get into the mindset of your ideal customer. So, getting the idea of your market is actually pretty easy if you're willing to do the homework. I'll give you a few step-by-step instructions that should make this process pretty simple. The first thing to do is Google your top 20 competitors. Not the guy next to you who isn't doing much better than you are, but the top performing companies in your industry. You got to go to their website, read their sales copy, read what they're blogging about, and pay attention to the content that's actually getting shared. You need to read their testimonials, you need to sign up for their newsletters, and read the emails that they send you. You got to look at their social media. What content is getting the most likes, comments, and shares? What are the comments about? And what questions do people ask? Look at their reviews. What do people like about them? What do people complain about? Pull out any specific language used by your audience and mark beside each of the positive things mentioned how many times it was mentioned. Same for negative topics. This will tell you what people want and don't want. This gives you the hot topics, or hot buttons as people refer to them. Now, go through the sales funnel of your top competitors and buy their products or sample them and ask questions. Check out what they try to sell you next, and what content they send you along the way. Also, check out Amazon for the top selling and highest rated books or products in your industry. Read the reviews and the points that they make in their sales copy and product descriptions. The other thing to do here is check in with your customer service department and look at what kind of questions are constantly being asked. You should also talk to your sales team and read through any of the emails that you've received. And also go ahead and reflect back on any complaints or issues you've had with customers. And just remember to take an analytical and emotion-free approach when dealing with past complaints or negative reviews. The point here is to understand who you may have attracted that you shouldn't have, or is there a way to improve your content or product or services or support team or customer service department, or maybe your offer itself, the way it's structured, so that the people buying are happier and that you know exactly who you should be attracting and what you should be telling them ahead of time in order to attract the right people who will have the right expectations when dealing with you. Now, the other option, of course, is to just let me do this for you. Now, I know it may seem like a ton of work, but it really doesn't have to take that long if you know what you're doing. And if you do this a few times a year, you'll really get a better idea of how your market is evolving. However, if you are serious about growing your business and using advertising, social media, or your website to help you do that, you may want to consider heading over to onlineadsvictoria.com, where I've got a quick video that'll show you the benefits of digital advertising and how my team and I can help you. And you'll be able to schedule a call with our veteran sales manager who's an expert in creating advertising campaigns that sell. So the website again is onlineadsvictoria.com. Anyway, let me quickly give you a formula for breaking down all of this information you've obtained into a useful profile of your ideal customer. So when you've studied the suggested sources, the next thing to do is break down what you know to be true about your ideal client. What are the traits that you want in a client? What are the traits that you don't want in a client? What is your customer actually trying to achieve? Deep down, why do they want this? And what kind of offers, topics, and ideals would be attractive to your ideal customer? And what's working in your market? What beliefs systems do your ideal customers hold? And what kind of offers, topics, and ideas would repel the wrong customers? As well as what should you avoid in order to prevent turning off the right customers? And what are the steps your customer would have to successfully take to get the results they want? What problems, questions, or concerns might they have along the way of doing that? And what are successful competitors offering to deal with these problems or concerns? The other thing is, what are their top objections to what you offer? How are successful competitors handling them? And what are the main benefits of what you offer according to what people are actually asking for and rave about? Remember, check those reviews. And what do you need to demonstrate to be true in order for a prospect to believe they can get the results they want by taking you up on your offer? But anyway, with the answers to those questions clearly defined, you'll be able to easily craft compelling website copy, emails, ads, and other materials and offers. And again, if you want any help with this process, or for someone to just do it for you, head on over to onlineadsvictoria.com and set up a call with Adrian. And if we're a good fit, you and I could be having a chat about the new ads and sales that my team are generating for you. So if you found this content useful, there's more where this comes from. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. I'm on there as Eric McDougall and On The Grid Media. And do me a favor and like and share this video so that we can help other folks get better results from their advertising and marketing effort, just like you will.